Welcome to the Psychology and Physical Training channel, Theories of Motivation. What drives our actions and decisions? Today, let's unravel the mysteries of motivation. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast ocean, its depths teeming with life, mysteries, and untold secrets. This is the realm of motivation, a powerful, unseen force that propels us forward, shaping our decisions and actions. Just as the ocean's currents guide its inhabitants, motivation influences our behaviors, our choices, and ultimately our destinies. So what exactly is this force that we call motivation? In the simplest terms, motivation is the reason behind our actions, the drive that pushes us to pursue goals, overcome challenges, and strive for success. It's what gets you out of bed in the morning, fuels your ambition, and keeps you going when the going gets tough. But as with any deep ocean, the realm of motivation is not without its complexities. Theories abound as scholars have sought to understand what sparks motivation and how it can be harnessed. Among them, three stand out for their insights and influence: the theories of William McDougall, Sigmund Freud, and Abraham Maslow. McDougall, a pioneering psychologist, saw motivation as instinct-driven. He proposed that our behaviors are guided by innate instincts, much like the animal kingdom. Then there's Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, who viewed motivation as a product of unconscious desires and drives. For Freud, our motivations are often hidden from us, lurking beneath the surface of our conscious minds. And finally, we have Maslow, whose famous hierarchy of needs paints a picture of motivation as a quest to satisfy a series of needs, from the basics such as food and shelter, to the self-actualizing like creativity and personal growth. These theories, while distinct, all shed light on the enigmatic force that is motivation. But understanding motivation is only half the battle. The real challenge lies in measuring it. Stick with us as we delve into the fascinating theories of McDougall, Freud, and Maslow. McDougall's theory of instincts. William McDougall, a pioneer in the field of psychology, proposed the theory of instincts. This theory is at the heart of our exploration into the world of motivation. McDougall's theory takes a deep dive into our instincts, which he viewed as the fundamental driving force of human behavior. This was a bold and groundbreaking approach during his time, as it challenged the prevailing thought that human behavior was primarily a product of rational thought and conscious decision-making. According to McDougall, instincts are innate and unlearned, meaning they're embedded within us from the moment we're born. These are not things we acquire or learn from our environment. Rather, they are inherently part of our biological makeup. A key aspect of McDougall's theory of instincts is the idea that each instinct is associated with a specific emotion. This is where it gets interesting. For example, the instinct of curiosity is tied to the emotion of wonder, while the instinct of self-assertion is linked to the emotion of anger. This suggests that our emotions, in many ways, are directly tied to our instincts. Now, McDougall didn't stop at just proposing this theory. He went further by identifying 18 instincts that he believed motivate human actions. These included instincts like flight, repulsion, curiosity, and pugnacity, among others. Each instinct, according to McDougall, leads to a specific pattern of behavior. For instance, the instinct of flight might lead to avoidance behavior, while the instinct of curiosity might prompt exploration and discovery. This implies that our instincts, to a large extent, shape our actions and reactions to the world around us. It's important to note that while McDougall's theory has been critiqued and evolved over time, it has undeniably contributed to our understanding of human motivation. It sparked further research and discussions, paving the way for other theories and perspectives on motivation. So, according to McDougall, our actions are driven by our innate instincts. This perspective invites us to look within ourselves, to understand the deep-seated instincts that guide our behaviors and actions, ultimately shaping our lives. Freud's theory of drives. Sigmund Freud, another influential figure, had a different take on motivation. Let's delve into the depths of Freud's theory, which brings a unique perspective to the table. Freud emphasized the role of unconscious desires and conflicts as motivators. Now, this might sound a little bit like diving into the world of dreams and hidden thoughts, and in a way, it is. Freud believed that beneath the surface of our conscious minds, there's a whole universe of desires, instincts, and conflicts shaping our behaviors and driving our actions. These are not random, oh no. Freud suggested that these unconscious elements are the key drivers of our motivation, influencing everything from our simplest decisions to our most complex emotions. Now let's talk about the two primary drives according to Freud. The first is eros, which is the life instinct. It's not just about romantic love, as the name might suggest. Eros encompasses all creative, life-producing drives. It's the drive to thrive, to create, to progress. It's about survival, but also about pleasure and reproduction. On the flip side, we have thanatos, the death instinct. Sounds ominous, doesn't it? Well, it's not as dark as it sounds. Thanatos represents our unconscious drive towards decay, destruction, and aggression. It's not necessarily about seeking death, but more about the natural cycle of life and the inevitability of decay and entropy. Freud's theory, thus, presents a dynamic interplay between these two forces, eros and thanatos. In his view, our motivations are shaped by the tension and balance between these life and death instincts. So what does all of this mean for us? It means that our motivations aren't just about conscious choices or external stimuli. They're also about the hidden desires and conflicts in the deepest recesses of our minds. Our motivations are as complex and multifaceted as we are. Freud's theory suggests that our unconscious desires and conflicts play a crucial role in our motivation. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Abraham Maslow proposed a more holistic approach to understanding motivation. Rather than focusing on singular drives or instincts, Maslow looked at the bigger picture, proposing a hierarchy of needs that he believed guides human behavior. We start at the base of the hierarchy with our most basic needs, physiological ones. These include the necessities for survival like food, water, and shelter. When these needs are not met, our motivation to meet them becomes our primary focus. It's hard to think about anything else when you're hungry or cold. Once our physiological needs are met, we can move up to the next level, safety needs. This is where we seek security and stability. We want to feel safe in our environment and secure in our resources. Here, our motivation is driven by our desire to protect ourselves and our loved ones from harm. The middle of the hierarchy is occupied by our social needs. Humans are inherently social creatures. We crave connections with others, a sense of belonging. We're motivated to form friendships, romantic relationships, and familial bonds. We want to feel loved and accepted by those around us. Above social needs are esteem needs. This is where we strive for recognition and respect. We want to feel valued and appreciated. We're motivated to achieve, to excel in our endeavors, and to gain the admiration of others. At the very top of Maslow's hierarchy is self-actualization. This is the pinnacle of human motivation, where we strive to reach our full potential. We seek personal growth, self-fulfillment, and the realization of our dreams. It's about becoming the best version of ourselves. Maslow believed that we must satisfy the lower-level needs before we can pursue the higher ones. If our basic needs are unmet, our motivation to meet them takes precedence over everything else. This is why a person who is starving will focus on finding food above all else, even if it means sacrificing safety or social connection. In Maslow's view, our motivation comes from our pursuit to satisfy our unmet needs. It's a continuous journey, always striving to reach the next level, always driven by the desire to fulfill our unmet needs. Measuring motivation. How can we measure something as abstract as motivation? This is a question that psychologists have been grappling with for years. Getting inside the human mind to quantify motivation is not an easy task, but there are several methods that have been developed to do just that. These methods include self-reports, behavioral observations, and physiological measures. Let's start with self-reports. This method involves individuals providing information about their own motivations through questionnaires or interviews. It's like asking someone, "How motivated are you to achieve this goal?" But it's not always as simple as it sounds. This is because self-reports are subject to bias. Some people might overestimate their motivation, while others might underestimate it. Even so, self-reports can offer a valuable glimpse into an individual's inner drive. Next, we have behavioral observations. This involves watching people's actions and behaviors to infer their motivations. For example, if someone spends a lot of time studying, we might infer that they are highly motivated to learn. But just like self-reports, behavioral observations have their limitations. People's behaviors can be influenced by a host of factors other than motivation, like social pressure or habit, which can make it difficult to accurately gauge their true motivation. Lastly, there are physiological measures. This approach involves monitoring physical responses such as heart rate, sweat production, or brain activity to gauge motivation. For instance, increased heart rate or brain activity in certain areas might indicate heightened motivation. While physiological measures can provide objective data, they also have their share of challenges. These measures can be influenced by other factors like stress or excitement, making it tricky to isolate motivation. So, as you can see, measuring motivation is a complex task with no one-size-fits-all approach. Each method has its strengths and weaknesses, and often a combination of methods is used to get a more rounded picture of an individual's motivation. While measuring motivation can be challenging, these methods provide valuable insights into our drives and desires. And if you like this video, do not forget to subscribe to the Psychology and Physical Training channel for more videos. Thanks for watching.